All right, for those of you who remember, we'll give you a little taste of the old Mike and the Mad Dog radio program that lasted 19 years in New York, and we'll have a little fun right now with the big guy who spends some time with us on this high heat version on a Monday, and we'll make believe we're doing a radio program after the Yankees lose the first two, which normally would make me very, very happy, but I want length. Yes. And let's face it, Aaron Boone, big guy, wasn't Miller Huggins in Game 1 on Friday night. Take it away.
No,
Let me hear.
You know, listen, a lot of times when you make those moves late, if they backfire, you're going to get clobbered. The one thing, I'm not the biggest Cole guy, okay, but I didn't understand why he took Cole out of the game. 88 pitches in. He was in control. Were the Dodgers hitting hard balls off him? Yes, but he was still in control. Why are you running to the bullpen? The bullpen's not good enough to be running to it. You know, none of these bullpens, I don't care how good. Look how good the Cleveland bullpen was, and it got pounded in the postseason. The bottom line is you don't want to run to these bullpens if you don't have to. He's their best pitcher. You exhaust your best pitcher before you go anywhere else. It started everything, and then he went away from Weaver too early, and I don't have a problem going to Cortez there. He's going to go to a lefty against Ohtani. He gets Ohtani out, okay? He does. Give Freddie Freeman credit. It was a brilliant at-bat. He threw him a fastball, he clobbered it, and away you go. I don't know who somebody else would have got him out or not. I don't know what would have happened, but the bottom line is if you give up a grand slam there, you're going to get pounded as a manager. It doesn't matter who does it. If you're right if you get him out. If he pops him up, Boone's a genius. If he hits a home run, Boone's an idiot. That's the way it works.
The only problem I have with it, Mike, is you had Tim Hill out there who have been great in these other games. I mean, why not you got him out there, use him in this situation. No?
It shows you that they really haven't tested Hill in a big spot yet. Number two, the time they saw Cortez, now Cortez hadn't pitched in 5 weeks, so that's a rough thing to do. But the time they had put him in the bullpen, he was magnificent. He's got nasty stuff. He could get the out there. If he had popped him up the way he popped up Ohtani, he's a hero. Instead, Freddie Freeman knocks it out of the park. He's a GOAT. Boone's a GOAT. The big problem I had is the merry-go-round started when he took the starter, his ace, out of the game too early. That was the big mistake.
And how about Rodon? You know, for $162 million, can I get a big performance when you knew they needed it in Game 2 and not put the Yankees in a 4-1 hole? I mean, that's awful. Hey, you love big game pitching. He didn't give you that in Saturday night's Game 2. How about that? Let me hear.
I texted a couple of people, including Susan, who texted me during these games, and I said, I wish it was Andy going to the mound tonight, okay? It would have been Andy to Mariano. I don't like Rodon. I never have. I don't trust him. I wasn't surprised. He gives up a ton of homers. I think he's made the order for the Dodgers. I was not surprised in the least by his performance, not even a little bit. There's guys in that Dodger lineup that kill lefties, obviously. You know, so you've seen him do it throughout the postseason. That is a rough matchup. I wasn't surprised even a little there. I don't like him. Hey, the Yankees had to win the starting pitching to win this series. If the Dodgers win the starting pitching, they're better in the bullpen. They're better in the lineup. They're deeper in the lineup. The Dodgers 4-5-6 is much better than the Yankees 4-5-6 as far as the lineup goes. They have to win the starting pitching, and so far they haven't. You know, their starter in Game 1, Flaherty, did a great job. He made a mistake with a curveball to Stanton, who is unconscious right now, absolutely unconscious. And this is a series where it was going to come down, and these games are going to continue to come down to relievers trying to get guys out who can wreck the game with one swing. You've seen that throughout the playoffs with these two teams. They got a bunch of guys who can wreck the game with one swing, and that's what happens here. Home runs will continue to be the story of this series.
All right, listen, Judge, you used to kill me on Bonds. Let's be honest. A Judge is coming in that scenario, too. He can hit all the homers he wants in July. Can you get a couple of big hits in a month? I know he got one against Clase, but boy, oh boy, he's been terrible. Now, he'd never do it. I'll tell you what I would do. I would move Stanton to clean up, Chisholm the 4th, and Judge the 5th. That's what I would do. He'd never do it. What's your take?
Let me hear. You can't do that. You can't show a lack of faith in Judge. You got to go down with him. If If he goes down here, it's over. And Judge is going to have a hard time living this down. He's been a bad postseason player. And the worst thing you can be in any sport now, in this world of postseason, which is so accentuated. You know, in the old days, you played 162 or 154 games. You played one series. You had a bad week, so what? The bottom line is now you play a month. It is how you define players. Stanton's going to the Hall of Fame now because of his postseason performance. Judge has been awful, and right now he's pressing. He's guessing, he's pressing, and he's chasing rotten pitches, and he has to do it tonight. If he doesn't do it tonight, I don't think he'll do it the whole series. And then Stanton's been great, and Soto's been great, which puts more pressure on Judge. So the pressure on Judge tonight is overwhelming. There's no way around it, and he's got to answer it. And if he doesn't, it's going to be a very long, cold winter after a remarkable regular season. But it's not about the regular season. It's about the postseason.
It is. If the Yankees went back to L.A. down 3-2, would you give them a chance to win those last two games? Or do the Yankees have to win 3 games in a row at home to have a chance to win this series?
I thought it would be a long series. I still think it can be. I really believe if the Yanks are going to win this series, they got to win all 3 games at Yankee Stadium. I don't think they would win then. I don't think they would beat the Dodgers twice because I don't think they have enough pitching in the bullpen to do that. I don't trust their bullpen and never have. The Dodgers are a better team. They got a better lineup. They got better throwers in the bullpen. I don't think Weaver is great. I don't think Holmes is great. I don't think the Yankee bullpen's great. And the Yankees were erratic all year. But they were close in these games. I think the biggest thing that's happened so far, Dog, is that the Yankees battled in Game 2 against their best reliever, which I think will have a carryover effect. What the Yankees have to do tonight is they have to chase Buehler early, get a 5-run lead, and make the Dodgers say, hey, we'll see you tomorrow. We're not giving you any good relievers tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Go score 13 runs tonight. Have a party. And that has to happen because this has to be.
I mean, just lost Mike on the Zoom. We'll get him back here in a minute. He's sharp as a tack today. I've known him for 40 years. And I know him, Mike is sharp. Tonight he's sharp. Let's see if we can get him back on the Zoom here before too long. I understand Mike's point, though, and that last point was a good point. I mean, let the Yankees go out there if you're Dave Roberts, and if you get off to a bad start, don't, sort of like what they did in Game 5 with the Mets. Just let the Mets go out there, score a lot of runs, no big deal, and then we'll sit there and we can worry about the situation in Game 6 when we get there. Dodgers go bullpen start tomorrow, so if it's 5-1 Yankees in the 7th inning, Vesia or, Kopech, anybody, obviously Trinan, you don't want to see. There he is. He's back. All right, so you want to make sure Roberts then throw the game away if it's bad. Are you expecting good performances out of either, both starters in Schmidt and Heel? You have confidence as a Yankee fan that both guys will do a good job. I'm assuming Cole, Game 5 will be good. How about the next 2? Let me hear.
I don't have any confidence in either one of them, to be honest with you. I have more confidence in Heel because he's got electric stuff. I could see him, if Heel's getting his stuff over the plate, he will have 5 really good innings, and he will strike out a lot of Dodgers, which hasn't happened yet. The Yankees have struck out 20 times. The Dodgers have struck out 10 times. The Dodgers have swung and missed very little. The Yankees have swung and missed a lot. That has made a big difference, but they're a better lineup than the Yankees are. I don't know what to get from Schmidt. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. I think Heel could pitch a very good game, and I like their chances in Game 4 against the bullpen game. But you have to go out and pound them tonight and get them saying to themselves, let's get the heck out of the Bronx. Let's just get a game and then make it hard for them to get a game. If they go back there 3-2, they won't have died on their sword. They'll have made it a long series. They can sleep over the winter. But to win this series now, they're going to have to win all 3 games at Yankee Stadium, which they can do the way the matchups work. But tonight, if they don't go out and bomb them tonight, I think they're in big trouble.
Would you give Soto $700 million at the end of the day if you're a Hal Steinbrenner?
I don't see how he can. I don't think Hal will. I think the problem is, what do you do with Judge? What do you tell Judge? You're worth half as much as Soto? I don't know how that works. I really don't. I think the problem is for Judge, unless Judge realizes that Soto's going to get the money because he's so much younger, and they hit the market at the right time. Judge would have to be a big man to accept that. But for Judge to accept that a player is going to get $700 million when he's making a little less than half that would be very, very hard for him to take, I would think. So I would think that both the Mets and Toronto are going to be players in this. I think the best thing the Yankees have going for them is there's not a lot of places to go for that kind of price tag. The Dodgers aren't going to be involved. So you got Toronto and you got the Mets. That's it. If the Mets want to be a real thorn on the Yankees side, they could make this very difficult and go after Soto. And if they're smart, they will, because he's 26 years old and he is always going to be a tremendous postseason player because he has better at-bats at bat than any big player I've ever seen. He's not the best player I've ever seen, but he never has a bad at bat, ever. 100%. So even if you get him out, he doesn't have a bad at bat. The guy's amazing at the plate.
He's Ted Williams. I completely agree with you. Lastly, before you go, listen, the Yankees love him. I understand that. I think they overrate him. If the Yankees go quietly here, what's going to happen with Boone?
I think Boone's safe. I think he's completely safe. I think all he had to do was get to the World Series. I think if they had gone out in the first round, Boone would have been in trouble. I don't think Boone has any problems. I think they like him. I think they like the fact he works with them in this new world of managing, which is a whole different set of encyclopedias now, with all the new math and everything that goes on now with the new thinking. I think he's fine. I think he's safe. But this would be a real embarrassment for the Yankees if they go down quietly in 4. If they go out tonight, lose 7-1, and lose in 4 or 5 games, it will be a very, very tough winter for the Yankees. If they make this a long series and, get beat in Game 7, 3-2 or 4-3, they can live with that because these are two good teams. But the Yankees have to win some games here and show some guts, and that starts tonight. Show some guts. Part of being a Yankee means you understand what it means to be big in a big game and show some guts in a big game. And this group of Yankees doesn't understand that yet. Show guts in a big game. Go out and win the game tonight.
As I've said all week, they beat the JV in the American League. They hate that. But let's be honest. I mean, the American League stinks, for crying out loud.
They beat nothing. I'm not trying to disparage those teams. They beat bad teams compared to what the Dodgers beat a good San Diego team, and they beat a good Met team. The Met team was good. The Yankees got a pass with no Baltimore and no Houston. The Yankees have to go out tonight and act like Yankees, and it starts with Judge. Go out there and be a Yankee tonight.
There you go, baby. Flying. We'll see you soon. Good job. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Doug.
Excellent.